What is going on, everybody? Thomas here from the Three Buff Guys. I'm joined by my dad, Richard, and my brother, William. We've got an exciting one for you today. How are you guys doing?
Up to you.
Not too bad. Before we get to the questions, no, I don't have any more energy than I have other times.
Yeah.
I'm tired, but still feeling positive. And you, William?
Pretty much the same. I'm
Yeah.
exhausted, but yeah. Other than that, pretty good.
That's
How
good.
are you feeling, Thomas?
Feel great. I'm so happy to be here, and it's exciting to be with you guys both. Really enjoying what we have planned for today. With that being said, do you guys want to dive into it?
Shall do. Let's just bring up the questions as always.
This is why we prepare for these things. All right, what do we got?
So good. Lemon.
Okay.
Right.
Lemon. Lemon is healthy.
Exactly.
So I'll start this week. What's changed in the past week? In the past week, I have only just been making my 10,000 every day. I've been busy with work and other stuff, but in previous weeks, I was doing a lot more. But come hell or high water, I managed to do the 10,000 each day. I'm not losing motivation. Just it's been a busy week with lots of other distractions, and I just made sure that I did the absolute minimum.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Thomas?
What has changed in the past week? Directly, nothing. I'm still not having any bread for breakfast. I'm feeling good. Yesterday I was ill, but I managed to do the first challenge you gave me last week. If you remember what that was, you told me you wanted me on Saturday to get 10,000 steps. So I made that a priority, and that was what I did, and I'm proud of that fact.
Okay, good stuff. And you, William?
Breaks my heart, but last night or yesterday, I didn't manage to get the 10,000 in 3 months now. Pretty much 3 months. I've been able to do 10,000, but yeah. So that was a bit sad, but only because I was distracted. I was at a friend's place, so just didn't think about it too much.
Okay. And have you done better today?
No, not yet, but still have to go out.
Yeah, it looks like the sun's shining behind you. The weather looks good, so
yeah, lovely. It's
spring
lovely.
is coming.
It is. It was so hot last night. I couldn't sleep.
Okay, as long as you drank a lot to make sure you stayed hydrated, that's the important thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Okay. So, what went well this week, Thomas?
What went well? For the first time, I did not miss bread for breakfast, and for the first time, I went an entire week without being in pain from chafing. I did chafe, as I have been, but this is the first week where I was able to get through an entire week at work without noticing and feeling pain.
Okay. So a few more weeks and it'll be gone then.
That's the hope. That's the plan. Yeah.
I'm sick of tired of having to throw out pairs of trousers every few months because they're digging holes into it. So
no, you're right. It's this horrible thing because every other part of them's good, but that it's this one part and that should be the part that goes the quickest because that's the one that usually gets the most sort of movement, but it just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what went well for me this week? Not much. Nothing went badly, but I don't look back on the week and say, wow, that was a great week. there were things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get up early today and walk up to Barbary Castle. I was going to do it yesterday as well, but in the end, I didn't do anything like that. So we just put this week down to experience.
Mm-hmm.
You, William?
Same like you, really. Nothing much. I cooked for Phoebe's whole family. That was really tasty and a lot of fun. So that was nice, and it went very well.
Was that anything along the lines of healthy eating, or was it not quite the opposite?
Like, go big or go home.
Okay.
I went big.
What was it like cooking, for a family that sort of, that not your family, where you almost have a little bit more in the game there?
Exactly.
How did that?
Yeah, it was definitely more stressful. I was more stressed, and I was cooking for hours, so yeah, it wasn't easy, but it ended very well.
Well, that's the thing you can be proud of, and no matter how big or how small it is, it's an incredible thing. Good job.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the challenge. What was the challenge you set, Thomas?
Well, my challenge initially was to do something that you would normally do indoors and go outside and do it, and then you at the end of sort of once I kind of put in my 2 cents, you suggested, well, doing an exercise outdoors that that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. So that was sort of the challenge for this week. Okay,
I didn't do it. I did all kinds of exercise. I was up and down step ladders, repairing a garage roof, and doing some other things. But I cannot say that there's a 5-minute video clip of me doing anything that I wouldn't normally have done.
Right. Yeah.
What about you, William?
Yeah, I did go out with my camera, so I did do a video, but I still have to do all the editing. So it'll be done by next Sunday, that's for sure.
All right then, Thomas, spill the beans.
Okay, I did my exercise. My exercise is not the full 5 minutes, and that was not to do with laziness. I set myself a challenge of doing something that makes me really uncomfortable, both physically and just sort of in the way I'm nervous about the way I look. There's this exercise, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, where you lean up against a wall, and you put yourself in the seated position. There's no chair, so you're using your leg muscles as the chair, and so Lily and I we went outside. She got the camera out, got up against the wall, got down as close to sort of a 90-degree angle as I could get, and I was there for I think it was almost 4 minutes. And at the end, my legs were just screaming out, and I said, "Oh, I got to call it." But I got that down.
Hopefully, you didn't go through the swear zone.
I came close to, but I knew that it was going to be coming on here, so I kept it PG.
Yeah, that was a good exercise, actually. Good thinking.
Yeah.
So, what about the healthy eating? Have you made an effort to eat more healthy?
Do you want to go ahead, William?
Well, I kept up not eating any breakfast. Still do that. But yeah, on the healthy eating side, my main goal is always to have a caloric deficit, so always less than 2,000. And I think I always manage that somehow. But yeah, I wasn't making conscious decisions on eating healthy. I mean, I had a lot of pasta this week just because it's easy and I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it.
I let myself be led astray this week. I went down to see Nanny and Grandad, and on the first night, I had a glass of whiskey with Grandad. Breakfast the first day, of course, Nanny, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want that? I kept with a simple breakfast. So, yes, I definitely made an effort there. Come the lunchtime, I refused lunch. And that takes a lot of courage in Nanny's house, as you both know.
Yeah.
And in the evening, we had a wonderful meal. And later on in the evening, I had 2 beers and a couple of whiskeys. So too much on the alcohol. And because of the alcohol, just before bedtime, I raided the fridge and I just had some cheese. I thought that's the least dangerous thing that's in there. So that was good. Next day, I woke up feeling pretty rough. And again, very simple breakfast. And I skipped the lunch that day as well. So not too bad there. However, Friday night, without being asked, Grandma had made fish and chips. And without asking me, she bread and buttered 2 pieces of bread. So I broke my no bread run, but that's the only bread that I've had so far since, 3 weeks now?
Exactly.
And I'm carrying on with that because I'm at the point where I don't miss it. If on Friday night we happen to have fish and chips again, then I might have it, but I might not. So all in all, doing the right things now.
That's good. Big improvement to a few months ago. So that's
certainly, and I'm feeling good as well. Me and your mum. Your mum. We worked like crazy on Friday night and Saturday to get the work done in the garden here, and to fix the garage.
Yeah.
We finished yesterday evening. The sun was still shining, and me and your mum went out for a walk. We walked about 2 miles, and today your mum could hardly stand up. I got up and I went for a walk, came back, had breakfast, and then a little bit later on, your mum said, "Oh, come on, let's go out for a walk." And even though when she first started, she could hardly put one foot in front of the other, we walked again, a couple of miles maybe, and she's very inspirational at the moment because she's got so much energy. And she's losing weight and looking great. And I got somebody to keep me company now and keep me honest, because I wouldn't have gone out later on. I would have just sat there. But it's going in the right direction.
No, that's a really good thing. I think it's nice to have someone that you can do it with. Has she been feeling? Because I know it happens to me. You might be able to see the change in me. William might be able to see the change in me, but I sometimes can't see the change in me, and so it kind of disheartens me a little bit. Has she been feeling that way, or has she been noticing it as well? She hasn't noticed it she didn't notice it to start with. She's now starting to acknowledge that she's definitely much better. Right. In terms of the clothes that she wears are looser. In terms of the fact that she has far more energy, and she would certainly recommend it to anybody now. And also she spent a bit of money, not too much money, but she spent some money to buy some decent sports clothes. Yeah. And that helps you feel good as well. It does. Yeah. My wardrobe is what's that shop in Austria? NDK or?
Yeah, naked.
My black t-shirts cost €2.50 each, and then black trousers cost €6. So my whole ensemble, my fitness ensemble, is about. Well, in fact, no. The socks that I wear are worth more than my whole fitness ensemble. But I figure that if you're doing a lot of walking, then good socks are the way to go. Right. Absolutely.
And good shoes as well. Having problems with my shoes at the moment. So.
Okay. But then you'll need good shoes for this week's challenge. I'm setting the challenge this week. I've decided. And
Okay.
if you're both too poor for the investment, then me and your mother will fund it for you.
What's the investment?
This week's challenge is, as us Americans say, jump rope.
I got one, yeah.
Okay, so I've bought one.
Oh, Jesus.
So if you can get one delivered the next day in America, Thomas,
Yeah, we
cost
can.
you the princely sum of about $5. So
Okay. You still haven't told me what the challenge is yet.
it's jump rope this week. It's jump. The physical challenge is skipping at least 3 1-minute sessions during the week, and the more you can do, the better.
Every day or just?
Well, the more you can do, definitely. Even if you do 1 minute one day, 1 minute another day, 1 minute another, it doesn't sound very much. But I've not used a skipping rope for many, many years, so I know it's going to be hard for me. And I will endeavor that by the time we come together next week, that I've done it far more than 3 1 minutes, but that's the absolute minimum. I've gone for 3 minutes because it might take Thomas a couple of days to get one delivered.
Okay.
But if you want to recover it and do more, then you're very welcome.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Okay.
another challenge.
All right.
The other challenge is over to the Eat More Healthy. This is a challenge that your mother has suggested. I think it's an excellent one. 5 vegetables and fruit per day.
Can't afford that.
Yes, you can. I'll help you out if necessary. The money cannot be an excuse. And before we get into the details, the fruits cannot be mango, banana.
So wait, what? So what you're saying is,
Yeah,
we can't have the good stuff. We have to have the stuff that tastes like garbage.
we can have the stuff that makes us feel stronger and better.
You've been brainwashed, mister.
Okay, so what do you think is reasonable? 5 a day to start with. Maybe that's not so reasonable. What are your feelings?
So what do you mean? Just worked into a meal? Like if I'm having rice and I put in some peppers and sweet corn and stuff like that, and then in the evening I have 3 other vegetables, or
So
what do you mean?
okay, so I believe that we all acknowledge that the right kind of vegetables and the right kind of fruit are good for us.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
And I am sure how much fresh vegetables, green vegetables, for example, are there in your diet, Thomas?
How high is up? That's a
big fat 0, probably.
No. I make an effort with every dinner, not necessarily lunch or breakfast, to have a vegetable.
What kind of vegetable?
Well, it can be anything from peas to carrots to sweet corn. Sometimes broccoli. Hey,
How long have you been living in that apartment, and how many times have you done broccoli?
Twice, and I've lived here
2 years.
About a year and a half.
Okay.
Right. I have. What you didn't know is we have pears here in the house, and we also have salad in the house.
Okay, that's good.
I know it doesn't sound like a lot, and a lot of people might be laughing, but for somebody like me, and I'll be the first to admit, and these two can attest to it. I will not eat vegetables if it's not put in front of me. I won't go in. I won't go into the cupboard. I won't pull out a carrot and just, oh yeah, this is a good snack. I won't do it. Call me picky, but I just don't do it.
On the other hand, when they're served up in front of you,
yeah,
and there are some fresh vegetables, such as some carrots and some peas, they can be quite enjoyable, can't they? Yes.
Yeah, no, they're good. I get what you're saying, and I agree. What you're saying is right. There's no wrong to it. We do need to make an effort to have better foods in our diet.
Yeah.
We have a very processed diet overall. A lot of what we have comes out of a packet. Whether it is whether it is classed as a healthy meal or not, it is still very processed.
Okay, so this week, take some photographs of the vegetables and fruit that you've cooked or eaten. Apples are fine, pears are fine. Pears are a little bit high in sugar, but apples, pears, oranges, tangerines. I know you love tangerines, Thomas. Anything like that. Take some photographs, send them to William so that he can put them onto the presentation for next week. Also, assess roughly how much it costs, because William's first answer, I can't afford that. I don't believe that it's as expensive as people think.
No.
How often do you hear people saying, I can't afford to eat vegetables, I can't afford to eat fruit? Oh, but them Golden Arches, those cheeseburger specials, they're such a great deal.
Well, if you don't want it now, you can pick it up in 3 weeks and continue eating. So there is a convenience factor there.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think I think that could be a good idea for a challenge down the road as well. We could each come up with sort of a budget, $5 or yours or whatever. Go to the store and make a meal with ingredients that are all healthy, and we could see if maybe a few more episodes down the line, maybe do something like a challenge where instead of talking to each other from here, from sort of sitting around, we could talk to each other from the kitchen, and we can sort of shoot the breeze while we're coming up with our recipes. I'm in the morning, so I could come up with something a little bit more, sort of like a breakfast. You guys are a little bit later. Maybe you guys could do something a little bit more, lunch or dinner-y.
That sounds like a good idea.
Could be a different sort of change.
There used to be a great TV program in the UK where the chefs, it was a time competition. They had maybe 15 minutes to prepare the meal. And what they had was somebody from the audience would just bring a bag of groceries.
Yeah.
Put it on the counter, and the chef didn't know what was in there. It could have been anything as simple as a loaf of bread and some tomatoes to steak to anything. It was just a complete surprise. And maybe that's an idea. We choose the ingredients for each other.
That could be good. That'd be a good.
Just
idea.
don't let me choose yours, Thomas, because then you'll be in big trouble.
I think that's a really exciting idea. Yeah, we can see about talking about that off camera a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
So in general, are you guys feeling that this is worth it?
I do. Yeah. Definitely in more ways than one. Not only do I feel like I'm being accountable, it's also really it's a nice thing to be able to spend time with you guys like this, something that we weren't really having necessarily before. I was either talking to you or I was either talking to William. It wasn't often that we'd sit down and have a conversation together. And I feel as though at least my health's been benefiting as a result of this. Yeah.
Oh, we skipped one point. Tell us about the pizza, Thomas.
Friday came around, and we had Friday night's pizza night in this house. We love it. And normally I have a pizza to myself. I like it. It's my thing. But this week we changed it up a little bit. Lily and I, we went to a nice pizza place. It's a little bit more expensive, but the ingredients are really, really high quality. And we ordered a large pizza to share between us. And instead of going for a large pizza each, or instead of going for a large pizza and 3 other sides or whatever, we got the large pizza down the middle, and we had that for dinner, and it was a nice change of pace and felt really good afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the place called again?
It's called Growlers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based out of McCall in Idaho, which if you've been there, you'll know it's an incredible place. And they specialize in creating great quality pizza with local ingredients. And we like going there. We don't go there often. It's a 2-minute walk from my place, so it's a nice, convenient spot.
So is one of their large pizzas the same size as a large pizza that you'd normally have, or?
No. We normally get it from it's an Italian place, but they're big. Our pizzas, the pizza we got is, I would say, a standard size large in Europe. It's a standard size pizza, and we cut it down the middle. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because me and your mum, a few years ago, every Friday night, we would also have pizza. We'd have one each from Sterba.
Yeah.
And we would eat it all. Very occasionally, there'd be a little bit left over.
Mm.
And eventually we said, well, hold on a second. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And now, with the exception when William's around, we'll buy one between us, and there'll usually be one piece that we put back for the next day. So it's a habit more than anything else, particularly with pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sat there, you're watching TV, you're not really concentrating on what you're eating,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just watching it and putting it in, and you don't really realize that you don't really want it.
Right.
So, good stuff.
I think it's been a good week overall. I think we can speak for everybody when I say that it's been, there's been some really good parts to it.
Yes, I have to confess that my weight loss hasn't been going in the right direction this week. I've gained a kilo.
Okay.
I'm convinced that it will be gone within the next couple of days. I'm convinced on.
Bless you.
It was because of the beer. So I've really got to be careful with the beer.
Yeah.
Because last night I had 2 pints. So 2 pints is over a litre, so that's a kilo.
Gotta up your game there, mister.
Pardon?
Just 2? I'm probably like
just
29.
That's right. I've done that in my time as well, William, and the end result is a bit like the coach in Cool Runnings. You look at your photograph one day in the picture frame and you think, oh, jeez.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I suppose we best look at the scores on the doors, hadn't we? Because I'm sure that Thomas will be asking for us to come on to.
It's okay. I just grown used to these things,
You must have just stopped it as soon as you got to 10,001 steps. You must.
Oh no, I did, absolutely. I'm not gonna try and deny it. I got to 10,086 steps.
That's fine.
It was the evening, and I had, I think, 9,000 steps, something like that. I was like, I couldn't come on, and I couldn't talk to you and not do it after that goal you set. So I was like, just get up and just at least get that 10,000.
Okay, and you'll be doing that today as well, won't you?
I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll do it. I can do it.
No, I know. What is it with my I suppose my purple ones are the ones that are just below the daily goal. Oh, jinxies, my best, because this Garmin's got an automatically calculated daily goal.
Oh,
So-
okay, I got it. Yeah.
So the more you do per day, then the higher the target is for the next day. If you don't do so many on Monday and less on Tuesday, then the goal for Wednesday is even lower. So, okay, so for the next week, then I'm going to definitely do the 10,000 per day, and there's not going to be any day when I'm below my daily goal. But what was your average daily? Oh, your average was 14,500 roughly, Thomas.
Thereabouts. Yeah. Hey, Pont, super proud of those 80,283 total steps this week. Did a really, really good job. Really fantastic.
Don't be nasty too.
I'm not. I am being serious. I mean it. You did a great job. You know, I won't say how many.
No. And it must be hard for you as well with those little legs that you got, Thomas, those short legs to get that daily average.
These old pins have carried me some way. Yeah.
Hey, why don't you do that as well? You don't need to publish it, but get the tape measure and measure the circumference of your leg around your thighs. And just make a note of it now and measure it again in 6 to 8 weeks' time.
Okay.
That would be an interesting measurement. Yeah?
All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. I think, looking at William, the fact that his eyes are nearly closing, I think we should bring this to a close shortly.
I still got to go out as well.
Could I possibly?
Of course you can.
I just have one more thing. I'm super proud. So I keep saying how, you know, I'm going to get to my 100,000 steps before we talk. It hasn't happened yet, except for today. Drum roll, please. Thomas Huntington has got 102,150 steps so far this week.
Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
What's amazing, Thomas, is what a sloth you were 2 months ago, and to go from what you used to do to that is stunning.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right then. So who's going to talk us out?
William can do it today.
You do it best, Thomas.
I know. You need to practice. Yes.
Well, thanks everyone. It's been fun, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. We all will. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, then look after yourselves. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.